I've seen it twice. It looks almost like a choreographed dance. Do you have any adjustments or changes since the first show and this one?
Not that I can think
I mean,
of.
it is choreographed for safety, of course. I don't know if it feels the same way for you. I mean,
No, it
give us
looks
a year
real.
to do it, and we will bring it to life. You know what I mean? The more comfortable we get, the more little moments we find in it. You know, it's fun.
That fight looks
And the like better you get at kind of just having it in your body, the more spontaneous you get.
Yeah.
James
And like you said, get other moments that weren't there right at the beginning, and then we are able to connect in a different way during the fight, and it kind of brings out the absurdity of the situation as it plays out in front of other people.
It's beautiful stagecraft.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
We have a wonderful violence coordinator who is also an intimacy coordinator, because the two things sometimes go hand in hand.
Yes, they do.
But he's just wonderful, so we're lucky.
He's been with us a long time. Since,
Yeah, you probably have seen him on
In
stage.
shows.
on the stage. Yeah, Marcus.
Yeah,
Who's
Marcus.
yeah.
I know him very well.
Yeah. He works with us quite frequently. This is James Nash.
Hi, everybody.
Lenny Chiotti played Hortensio, yes, okay.
Now that the show's over, just already forgot. He was in the show.
Amy Francis Quint, Jasmine Still. Jasmine, is this your first show with Frog and Peach?
It is not.
No?
Not anymore. This is my,
Oh, really?
this is my third show so far with Frog and Peach. Second Shakespeare show.
Second Shakespeare. And in King Lear, you played Edgar, the man who pretends to be insane to protect his father, who was played by David Elliott, who played Gremio, the senior gentleman. And Amy, is this your first Frog and Peach show?
It sure isn't, Linnea.
Oh, really?
We've been working together for 100 years.
100 years. That's a long
And
time.
it's a joy.
Do you actually know how many you have?
I'd have to take a minute to count.
Yeah.
2008.
2008.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and on this stage, you're the only one that started earlier than I did.
Well, Vivian.
Well, I said on this
Oh,
on
stage.
the- yes,
stage
you're right.
first.
Correct.
Vivian
Yes.
is
Yes.
like
Vivian.
By 6 months or something, I beat you.
Yeah.
James, is this your first show with us?
No, I was in King Lear as well, as Sir William and understudying Kent.
He's too young, but he was wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Lenny?
Yeah, started with Frog and Peach in 2009, playing Touchstone in As You Like It with Amy being my Audrey. So it was like
That was
In
a lot of
2009, I
fun.
was in 7th grade.
We've been through
I
some
hate you.
things.
that's really impolite to point that out. Like that's really.
Luckily, Lenny and I are aging backwards. It all works
I'd
out.
also like to point out we're very honored to have Alex Yard from a publication. I'm sorry.
Oh, the Goodman Project?
The good
Yeah,
project.
which is a wonderful, wonderful resource. It's just, I'm thinking my thoughts are not all with me yet. They haven't caught up with me. We're very pleased to have you here. Thank you for staying.
Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions for the process, the rehearsal process, how we decided on doing this play, or anything like that?
I have a question. Now, this is my first Frog and Peach production, and I'm blown away. It's amazing.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, do you always do it in the original text, the Shakespearean text?
Yeah,
And
as far as I know, New York's only first folio Shakespeare company. We started in 95, 96 with my husband and I, Ted Zerkowski, who are both members of the Actors Studio. And we were just sort of appalled that so many of our peers and famous people at the Actors Studio were saying, oh, Americans can't do Shakespeare. And we were like, come on. So we thought, how hard can it be? We organized our own wedding. So we decided, oh, Shakespeare Company, let's try that. So we did that, and it caught on pretty quickly. And yeah, we dedicate ourselves to the first folio. It's dirty. There's often the fourth wall is broken, which is hard for a lot of American actors to do. But it caught on really fast, and our main mission is to bring in people who think that maybe theater's not for them, or maybe Shakespeare's not for them, and show them that no, it's not that hard. It's fun. You can have fun with it. So Yeah, first folio, all the way.
It's pretty good. Might as well stick with the Shakespeare, you know? It's
Yeah.
like, right?
There's a reason why it's
He did a
lasted.
good job.
Did a pretty good
Yeah.
job.
Smarty, yeah.
I think we'll hear from him again.
We'll hear about him in the future.
No, but one of the things that I really love about, so I'll tell you a little anecdote. On my audition with Linnea, I did my monologue as usual, as you do on an audition, and she's like, okay, now do it talking to me. And I was, you know, like, I was able to do it, and I was able to connect with her, and it was, and it went very well, obviously. But like, the interesting part is that actually this is how Shakespeare was performed. The fourth wall was always constantly broken. During the soliloquies and the monologues, and they're your conscience, they're your co-conspirators, they're your laughing buddies, whatever, you know, whatever the occasion may be, which is something that loses so much when you put back that like, it loses that freshness, that contact with the audience when you perform it as if there is a fourth wall. And that's something that I really love about working with Linnea.
Yeah, I also think that, like, Shakespeare already, especially in America, feels very inaccessible and feels very, like, hoity-toity, highbrow. I think a lot of people think of it as like, ooh, you do Shakespeare. But, like, first off, everyone should remember it was performed for the masses. It was performed for a bunch of drunk idiots who were just having a good time. And when you break that fourth wall, it allows for the audience to feel connected to it in a way that you just wouldn't feel if you didn't do that. Like, coming out, and when I come out as Grumio and I point at the audience and doing that, the amount of people that when I point at them, they're shocked. They're like, what? You can see me? And I'm like, yeah, you can see all of you, and we're not pretending that you don't exist. And I think it makes it way more fun, way more accessible, and those that might not understand Shakespeare will understand it better if you are looking at individual audience members and saying, like, hey, this is what I'm talking about. This is what this means. And they go, oh yeah, I get it. Versus if you're like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. No one's up there. No one's listening. It's way more fun.
And it is also it can be a lot more fun for us. I had the first moment ever where an audience member directly interacted with something that I had said yesterday, which was when I said, drink a health to me. Somebody raised their cup of wine and a cheers. And I saw him, and I gave him a nod, and I was like, oh, this is Shakespeare like I've never done it before. This is fun. I was like, I've never had audience interaction like that. And so, not even just for them, but the spontaneity for us as the audience being that overarching character that we
part
get
of
to
the show.
engage
They're a
with.
scene
Yes,
partner.
like that we get to live with, and they can live with us and interact. That has been such a wonderful surprise. Mm-hmm. And so just the opportunity in that is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I saw, I think it was King Henry Part 1 or Part 2, I saw both, at the Globe in London, and the woman who was playing Falstaff was incredible, and she would go and she would steal people's drinks and start drinking them on stage, and then like snap, and someone would bring the person that she stole a drink their free drink back. And I just remember seeing that and being like, yeah, that's how it should be done. That's so much more fun than like pretending that they don't exist.
If I can just offer something, we happen to have a terrific Shakespeare teacher in the audience today, Enid Steuben. I'd like to give her a big hand. But so many students don't get that kind of education from high school. Romeo and Juliet, and it's just, it's tragic. For me, it's tragic. I would like to have every New York school kid in New York to come in and see one of our shows. And we do have like a very vibrant arts education program, but we don't serve rich people. I mean, we serve a few like Mr. Monopoly types, but we serve mostly poor people, because those are the people we want, and it's tough to have the resources to go into schools if you're the public theater. I'm sorry, some theaters that are very well funded. Our annual budget is what they spend on just bathroom products in the whole year, and it's hard for me to understand that a resource that is enjoyed by so many people. I don't know if I told you guys this, but we had a whole class from the Bronx at King Lear, and they were just like, because it's a very dirty play, very violent play. There's deoculations on stage, and it's just horribly cruel and terrible. And a lot of them came back to see this one. So that's kudos to you and the cast of King Lear that they came back, after they've graduated and they're coming to see you all. So I'm pretty proud of that. Anyone else? Any questions for the cast or for me, or how we came up with this idea to do Taming the Shrew in this day and age? Want to hear about me and Amy having fist fights? Not Corey. Yes, Stubby.
When I mentioned to colleagues, I'm teaching Taming the Shrew because that's what Frog and Peach. Are you out of your mind? You cannot teach that in 2025. And
Speak up.
I didn't know the play, so I took a leap because I always do with Linnea and FNP, and I just had copies made of the play and I handed it out and we started reading it. And of course I promised extra credit for students because students are shy. Coming to the theater, what do I wear? Can I bring my mom? Can I bring my brother? It's not a natural and easy thing, and it's the money, but it's something else too. And so I said, listen, just come. I'm not going to tell you anymore. And they were, there are 19-year-old men who have never been to any play. There are people who've been to Broadway and seen 6, but
It's not the same.
It's always a revelation to them. And as one of them said yesterday, he said, you were explaining things and I thought you were really amazing, but then I saw it's just what you saw being done here. I said, right, I faked it all. I saw the Frog and Peach players do it. So it's something I'll keep pushing for. And it's difficult, but what a gift. So thank you all the time. Thank you and every one of that 21-person cast. And the crew, which was so splendid, particularly the night that the bench broke.
I forgot about that.
It is a great joy. So you're to be thanked and nourished and nurtured and celebrated.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you.
Here's,
I want to say one thing.
Okay.
I was at maybe the first or second performance, and so here I was again at the last. My wife is late, but it's very interesting to see how it evolves in time. And the changes you made, the alterations you made, and things. I know it's never exactly the same every night, but in the course of this, I liked it in the beginning, but much better.
Well, you find things, and also there's a way of things change because it's a way of keeping it fresh. The idea is that you're saying those words for the first time ever. Unfortunately, you're not, and that's the trick to acting. But I just wanted to piggyback off what one of the things that Enid said, that you were saying that your students were amazed and like at the same time it's like, oh well, we thought you were really good, but then we saw the play and it was like, but that is the thing. So Dario Fo, the famous Italian playwright, said that Shakespeare is not a regular playwright because he is pleasurable to read. A play should not read as a pleasurable read because there's stage directions. It's not a fun thing to read. And so because of that, very often it's taught as literature, and by all means. But this guy was writing plays. They're supposed to be performed, and so that's obviously like, if you read a script for a movie, it's gonna be something, dead. Like with very little gripping to it. Whereas if you see the movie, it's like, oh wow, this is great. So that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are like, oh wow, now I get it.
There was a time in America when everyone, from a coal miner to bank president, had a copy of Hamlet lying around in the house somewhere, and they would read it to each other and pass it around. Okay, now you be Polonius, now you be Ophelia, now you, and it was quite common entertainment. I don't know. You talk about education, and there was the beginning of the erosion of trust in education started with the Reagan administration. It's like, oh, it's elite. It's talking down to you. It's like Shakespeare isn't talking down to anybody. He's down in the trenches with the rest of us, and we just
talking
want
down to the elite.
More often than not,
yes,
Yeah.
hoisting them on their own various petards. So we want everyone to know, every New Yorker to know that Shakespeare's on your side, kid. He's for us downtrodden people, us artists, us non-rich people, and to my dying breath, I will try to make sure that the people who need him most will get him.
And I'll add one last thing to that. I do Shakespeare with a different company in Connecticut who
really?
does. Sorry. Shakespeare on the Sound, you know them?
Oh, God, oh.
But we go around to schools in Connecticut. It's not competitive in New York. To do Romeo and Juliet for mostly freshmen in high school, and the amount of times that you'll go in to a classroom and the kids are all sitting there, they're like, ooh. And then you get like a, and then you get a, huh? And you just watch them. Most of them have read the play, and they already know that they're bored of it, and they don't like it. And then when they see it on its feet, and they see it actually being acted out, you can just watch them slowly get like engaged, to the point at the end, when, I won't spoil the play,
Sure.
You have people going like, oh no, like don't do that, like yelling out in excitement. And it is a testament to why people need to come to theaters to see Shakespeare performed. Reading it is all good, but like seeing it performed or performing it yourself is the way to engage with the art.
It's really something for everyone.
Yeah.
And we hope we can bring it to everyone.
Thank you for bringing it to us. Not so few. This is a big house.
You need to tell other people. Please tell other people. I know you do a heck of a job recruiting and grabbing people by the lapels and pulling them inside. But Shakespeare really does have something to offer for everyone. And I don't know about the rest of you all, but I was creating theater before I'd ever seen a play. I wasn't from that kind of a family that, saw plays. We were religious. We were, entertainment bad. And I want to show folks that you can make your own theater. You can make your own play. You can do it in the kitchen. You can do it in the hallway. How many of us act at home for our children, with our cats, with our various neighbors? Theater is just as natural as anything. There's nothing elitist about it. It's the most fun thing in the world, and we want everyone to come play with us anytime, anywhere. I think I'm going to let these folks go to their party now. We're going to have a strike. Yes. Oh, there's one more question. Yes.
I do have a question.
Yes,
I
hi.
want to know, do you have any plans, and this is also a question for the director as well.
That's
do you have
me.
any plans for any other Shakespeare, or having, if you have done any in the past other than this play, what was one of your favorites? And also, Do you have any plans for working in anything on like film or TV as well, or are you strictly limiting yourself to Shakespeare because you're just so in love with just Shakespeare? You have projects as well for you. Would you like to direct anything as well other than this play for Shakespeare, or just other things like?
Our new play program is going very strong. Amy and Jasmine, as a matter of fact, appeared in a short play at Theater for the New City that was very well attended and very popular. We're very pleased with the results of that. We have a musical in the works by Ted Zurkowski. It's called Three Women. It's about a how do you say it, ethically challenged Nashville star. Shakespeare is our bread and butter, but that's what we started with. We also have a very popular children's program starring some of the people on this stage. Lenny, yes, okay. Jasmine, yes, plays Woodsman Will. He's shy, it's wonderful. And it's a bilingual, interactive, free program that we bring to underserved people in Upper Manhattan.
And on YouTube too, there's a whole YouTube channel.
And there's a whole YouTube channel of 14 episodes. When it seemed like lockdown was inevitable, I got on the phone to a person I know who is a public health historian, and I said, what can we do? What can we do to make New Yorkers' lives better? And she studied the Blitz in London and all kinds of horrible things. And her best advice was present programming that is short, that is funny, that doesn't pretend life is beautiful. And so I went up to storage and I got every prosthetic, every hat, every wig I could lay my hands on. And Amy played the Wicked Queen, yes, the evil queen.
Little typecast.
Yeah, we had folks in this cast. There's Vivian Landau played Barbara Yaga, a children's casting director who's also a cannibal witch. We had a lot. Anuj was this very memorable victim of hers. It's a lot of fun. Check us out on YouTube. But yeah, we have stuff going on all year. New plays, children's theater, musicals. Shakespeare just happens to be a great love of ours that we think our public deserves.
Would you say the Shrew is your favorite play of all the Shakespeare?
You're gonna make her pick her favorite child.
That's kind of a Sophie's Choice thing. This is the second time I've directed Shrew. I've also played at Frog and Peach. I played Kate in early production that we did. I played Bianca in college and various roles in high school. So if you ask me this morning what's my favorite play, I'd say Taming of the Shrew. But now we're looking at some histories, right? For the next show, we're looking at some histories, maybe another comedy. So it's, yeah, you can't say what's one's favorite play. These are my favorite people. Does that help? Okay. All right. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. I'm going to let them wrap it up. Get comfortable. If you'd like to stick around, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mr. Yard?